you're going to want to avoid this common way that people self-sabotage. They end up destroying the possibility of achieving their goals. You're going to want to avoid it altogether. That way you can make the progress that you want to make, guide your life to go in the direction that you want it to go, and enjoy it. Now let's find out exactly what that self-sabotage is in this episode. This is the Enjoy Life podcast. If you feel overwhelmed or stuck and you want to break free so that you can find your power to take action to achieve your goals and enjoy life, then you're in the right place. Welcome, my friend. I am glad that you're here. My name is Nick Mazie, and it's my desire to be your guide through this material so that you can choose your mindset, goals, and actions so you can guide your life to go in the direction that you want to go and enjoy it. Now let's dive right in. Well, welcome back to the Enjoy Life podcast. I'm your host, Nick Mazie, and welcome back to the Make Progress series. Or welcome, just welcome for the first time. If this is your first time, and I know with the way the podcast is growing, there's a fair chance this is your first time listening to an episode. If that's the case, obviously welcome. So glad that you're here and joining in. Make sure you go back and listen to the previous 2 episodes, because that's the beginning of this Make Progress series that we're in. Now, for those of you all that have been around for a little while, been around my material or this podcast, then I'm all about creating those goals, making the choices to guide your life to go in the direction that you want it to go, taking action, making it happen. And a part of that is really making the progress. As you set that goal, you got to make progress, even if it's just one tiny little step at a time. Doing one small thing at a time, making progress toward what you want, toward what's important for you and your life. That's why this podcast is here, is because it's so important to me that I got to share this message to hopefully help you do exactly that. And I just got to say, I love putting this material together. It does take a good bit of work, but I said that the message is so important to me that I just have to get it out. Still, I have to make sure that I'm making the right choices for me and my life so that I can make progress too. And a part of that is I have a really big, exciting announcement, and then the other side of it. The really big, exciting announcement that I was actually in my show notes, it says, I'm going to make a small little note, and then we're going to talk about more of it at the end. Well, I'm going to skip all that, and I just got to tell you right up front. I've decided that I've really got to level up my game, that all this sharing of personal development and goal setting and taking action and the mindset information and just all the stuff that I'm putting out there, I've got to make sure that I'm really improving myself. Like I said, and leveling my game up and doing better myself so that I can be better for you and so that I can just play at a higher level. And a part of that is I'm going to start this training program, and just to go ahead and let you know exactly what it is. You may have heard of John Maxwell. He's been one of the foremost leader in speaking on leadership development and being a leadership expert and developing people to develop others as leaders. And he's been at that high level for decades. And I have this opportunity to start going through his training program to be a part of the John Maxwell team. And it's just exciting, a little scary, going to be a whole lot of work, and it's a big commitment. At the same time, I know if I'm not pushing myself to be better and to really go all in what's important to me, then how can I recommend for you to do the same? Well, I can't. That would just be being a hypocrite, and that's not okay. So I'm going to do this. And a part of doing this is that it is going to be a lot of a time commitment and a whole lot of work. So I'm really excited to go through it, to see what all I can get out of it, to just see how I can push myself with some stellar guidance and information and learning, and just the curriculum that I've seen an overview of is going to be amazing. And I'm so excited to get the results, do the work and get the benefits, right? Like I always tell you guys, you got to do the work if you want to get the benefits. Well, I can't wait to do this work so that I can get the benefits. But what that means is that I'm going to need to dial back the podcast to every other week. I'm not cutting out the podcast. It's not going anywhere. It's just, I said, I got to dial it back to every other week. That way that should provide enough kind of bandwidth for me and enough time so that I can still have the podcast out, still get this message to you. But also I am not going to slack off and shortchange the possibility of just really the potential of these benefits that I can get for my life and my message and my professional and personal just development. So along those lines, like I said, it's going to be every other week. The podcast episode is going to come out. I'll make that or remind you of that again a couple times, just so that you don't forget. But also, that's a key reason why you really should subscribe. If you like any of the message or just my kind of direct way of challenging you and encouraging you, which is how I try to come across. If you like any of that, make sure you subscribe, because coming out every other week, it's going to be difficult for you to remember hey, I need to load my podcast app and make sure I go to the Enjoy Life podcast and stuff like that. So just make sure that you subscribe so you don't miss any of this. I'll touch on that more in future episodes and just kind of going on throughout, but I got to get into today's material, which is really interesting. It lines up exactly with what I'm kind of doing, that self-check in the mirror with myself, making sure that I'm going all in for what's important to me and the development that I want in my life. So I got to go all in for that, is exactly what we're going to talk about in today's episode. I 100% did not plan on lining it up. The John Maxwell team kind of training and certification program came up, and I already had this, this Don't Self-Sabotage episode already planned out kind of in advance. And then I didn't even plan on really giving you all the details of it. I just knew I needed to dial back the podcast a little bit. And it's just interesting how things work out. Well, I think God just works things out. That it's just big key things that remind me that I have to learn, develop, improve, and live with integrity. Now I'm getting off track. On to today's episode. A very fast way to self-sabotage. And people do this. And it's simple. People don't go all in. If you're one of those that's not going all in and you're not getting the results that you want, then the first thing you got to do is just ask, am I really going all in? Am I really diving in and giving my best effort for this goal? Whatever goal you're working toward, whatever result you want for your life, you've got to go all in to get it. And it's a sneaky little way of self-sabotage, because it's kind of like guaranteeing that you're not going to get the best results if you don't put in your best work. It's not perfect results for perfect work. It's just the best. The best results you could get, it's going to come from putting in your best work. And if you're not giving your best, essentially, think about it like this. If you hit the gas in your car, you slam your foot down on the gas, but you're holding on to that parking brake as hard as you can, then you're really not giving it your best. That's that self-sabotage. That's what's holding you back. It's like, yeah, it might look like you're really trying to make progress, you're really trying to go forward, but you got your foot down on the brake, or you got that parking brake ripped up. There's no way that you can make the most progress, perform at your best. There's no way you can get those really wonderful results that you want for your life if you don't go all in and just commit. Just give it all you got. Holding yourself back can be a way of giving yourself an excuse. Before I kind of go too much into this thought's kind of coming to me. Way back when, I used to listen to a podcast, and the host would always say, "I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to that friend next to you." And because they tried to make it a little softer, a little bit of a joke, just not being too confrontational. Oh, I'm not trying to be confrontational here, but I want to be direct with you. Are you giving yourself an excuse to later justify failing at achieving your goals? Are you? There is absolutely 100% nothing wrong, and nothing wrong with you if you go all in for a goal. If you dive in and give it your absolute best and you don't achieve it, there is nothing wrong with you. You are 1,000,000 times better off than the other person that didn't go all in, that didn't give it their best effort. You are. Be proud and congratulate yourself for going all in on your goal, the thing that you want to achieve for your life when it's important to you, regardless if it turns out exactly how you want it to turn out. Life doesn't turn out exactly how we want it to turn out. No one does. There's no perfect plan for, unless, you're God. But, unless that's, besides that, you'll see every single one of us, we don't have perfect plans. But an amazing thing happens. An amazing thing happens when you go all in, you give your goals your best effort. Well, first of all, you improve. You improve. Regardless if you hit that goal that you set at the very beginning, regardless if you hit that or not, you improve. You learn new skills. Your skills get better. But also along the way, you might find out that original goal you set for yourself wasn't exactly 100% the best goal for you. Maybe you need to shift it a little bit because you've learned, you've improved, you've experienced some things, and now you can set an even better goal. It's not smaller or weaker or lesser. It's just a little bit different that's better for you in your life. Because as you learn, as you improve, you're going to grow and develop. And by giving your best effort, by going all in on what's important to you, you're going to grow, learn, and improve, and you're going to find out even better things that are better for your life. But you're not going to find any of that sitting on your couch. You're not going to find any of that self-sabotaging for that excuse that you could use later on. No, you got to go all in. You got to dive into those goals and really pursue them. So clearly, if you want a podcast or a podcast host or some guy that's going to kind of coddle you and say that, your excuses are justified and they're understandable, I am not that guy. In fact, I'm the exact opposite of that guy. I'm that guy that's going to tell you, you can do it. I'm going to tell you, it's going to be tough. If you set a big goal, if you set something that's really important for your life, it's going to be tough. But you can overcome those challenges. Yeah, you're not going to achieve those big goals in one day. That doesn't matter. This is your whole life. This is your whole life. When you go all in, when you give it your best effort, your life gets the benefits. Your life gets the rewards. I said your path might shift a little bit. You might not end up exactly where you want, no matter how much effort you put in. But when you give it your best effort, you end up at a better place. You improve, and your situation improves when you do your best. And see, and there's going to be challenges. But you know what I call those challenges? I call those challenges the goal killers. The goal killers. That's why I have that Overcoming Goal Killers audio course. So I have free downloads for addressing, avoiding, and overcoming goal killers. Because it's the goal killers will stand in your way, but it doesn't matter. They don't get to determine what you do. They don't get to determine the effort and dedication you put into you making your life what you want it to be. They don't. You do. So you can make the progress. You can achieve your goals. You can enjoy your life. Will it be hard work? Of course. The hard work is worth it, though. See, there's two people that you can ask, and they will tell you that life is hard. They are. Well, I guess two types or two groups of people. A lot more than two people. But these two groups of people, they'll tell you that life is hard. And you know what's funny? Maybe they don't think it's funny. I think it's funny. What's funny is those two groups of people are the people at the top that achieved goals, that made life what they wanted it to be, and the people that haven't, the people that are struggling. See, life's not supposed to be easy, or at least I don't think it is. I think we have to work for what we want. But like I said, I'm one of those crazy people. I think you're capable of amazing things. I think you can do so much. I know I haven't met you. I've met a few of you, but I probably haven't met you. But I believe you can, because we all have it inside of us. It's about giving all you got, and then you get the benefits. So you have somebody that's achieved all their goals, and they know the hard work that goes into it. And so they'll tell you that, yeah, life's hard, but they'll also tell you it's worth it. And then you have somebody that hasn't achieved their goals, that believed the excuses, that thought they were justified, thought they were reasonable, that held back, didn't give it their best effort, that listened to the person that really loved them but said they couldn't achieve their goals, and their loved one didn't want to see them get hurt, and so they listened to them, and they didn't go for their goals. They played it safe. They avoided the risk and ended up with a bigger risk of life not turning out how they wanted it. They'll tell you as they're struggling that life is hard. No matter what, life can be tough. I got that. I'm not belittling it. But if it's going to be tough either way, if life's going to be hard either way, then why not do your absolute best, give all you got, reap the benefits, and make it what you want it to be? If there's going to be struggle, if there's going to be challenges, then why not address them head on so at least you end up on the other side of them better and in a better place for you, your life, your loved ones, and reaping the benefits of what you sow? It's like that whole saying, the only place that success comes before work is in the dictionary. Everywhere else, you got to put in the work. It is hard work, but it is worth it. This is your life. This is your life. You get to make it what you want it to be. So now you're going to reap the benefits of what you do, or you're going to reap the consequences, however you want to look at it. Now, like I said, I believe you are capable. You're strong. You can do amazing things. I believe that you can work hard and reap the benefits of your hard work for your life, so that your life can be more how you want it to be, so that you can enjoy your life more. And a big part of enjoying your life is being proud of what you've done, and I believe you can do that. You got it in you. You can. Don't got to do it all at once. Don't got to do it all today. You do got to take a step. You got to take a small step and don't give up. Okay? You can do it. I know I need to wrap up this episode because I got off script on the show notes a long time ago. I get a little bit worked up in some of these episodes, and it's important to me. I just want to encourage you to go after the life that you want and go make it happen, because you can do it. Quick reminder, see you again in 2 weeks. Because I gotta go all in, and I gotta go after the things that I want for my life, and a big part of that is doing my own development, my own improvement. I gotta level my game up so that I can be better. I can give you a better message. I can be more encouraging. I can help guide you to taking the action that you want, so that you can guide your life. And to do that, I'm gonna get into this training. I'm gonna dive into it pretty big. So I said, dialing back the podcast every other week. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that. And I said, and hopefully you'll be able to notice a difference just in the message itself, because I really want to bring it for you. Take care. I can't wait to talk to you again soon.